Yo, this is Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, and you're watching Deontay's Boxing Nation, baby.
This is the heavyweight champ of UBC. You're watching Deontay's Boxing Nation.
Deontay's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So this month, we are going to get arguably the biggest American heavyweight championship fight in quite some time. At least Deontay Wilder is All-American. But anyway, I'm picking Bermane Stivern to win this fight. But that doesn't guarantee that he's going to do what he needs to do to win this fight against Deontay Wilder. Let me explain. I've been highly critical of Deontay Wilder's skills in the ring for quite some time now. The problem I have with Deontay Wilder is, to me, he relies too much on his right hand, and he does not seem comfortable when fighters get past his right hand. I believe the last fight he had, that was what was it, on the Kell Brook versus Sean Porter card? I believe it was that card. That was one of his last fights. But when Deontay Wilder fought that guy, he looked terrible in that fight. He looked terrible in that fight because the guy, once again, was getting past his right hand. And when he got past Wilder's right hand, Deontay had no answers. He would clinch. He would look very uncomfortable. I mean, you know, when you see big fighters like Lennox Lewis, for example, he knew what to do in every situation. It didn't matter if you were an inside fighter, an outside fighter. It didn't matter. Lennox Lewis, he knew how to adjust to different styles. I haven't seen that with Deontay Wilder yet. And for him to be 6'6", he does not know how to control people with his jab. He doesn't control you with his jab. I mean, you know, a fighter like Vladimir Klitschko, he can dominate you with nothing but a jab from the first round to the last round, or, you know, till he ends up knocking you out. I don't see that with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder does not have a dominant jab. The only thing Wilder has in common with Vladimir Klitschko is both of them are uncomfortable on the inside, okay? But the difference, once again, is Vladimir Klitschko, he's going to make you go through hell to get on the inside. And once you get on the inside, he's going to tie you up to where you can't really do anything anyway. He will control you with the jab. You get past the jab, that sledgehammer right hand is coming. You get past that, he has the check hook that he throws to distract you when you think another jab is coming. So Vladimir Klitschko is extremely smart in the ring. Deontay Wilder, as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't showed that much intelligence in the ring. Okay? And, you know, if you go back and you watch some of the highlights of course, Deontay Wilder getting hurt by David Haye, and if you go beyond that, we can even go all the way back. I remember when Deontay Wilder was in the Olympics, and I think he was fighting against the Italian fighter, and Deontay Wilder kept throwing this jab, and the shorter Italian, he would dip to the side and he would counter Wilder's jab with a right hand. And every time he did it, he would hurt Wilder. Eventually, he ended up knocking down Wilder, I believe. Now, I know some boxing fans, you're going to say, well, Deontay, that happened a long time ago and so on and so forth, right? But this is my thing, though. The problem, as far as I'm concerned with Deontay Wilder, is I haven't seen him evolve. And on top of that, it's not that easy to evolve when you haven't really stepped up in competition. But he's stepping up in serious competition against Bermane Stivern. I believe Bermane Stivern is going to beat Deontay Wilder because he's more intelligent in the ring. I think he's a better boxer, a better counter puncher than Deontay Wilder is. The only thing that concerns me with Bermane is sometimes he falls asleep in fights. He fights in spurts. He takes off minutes at a time sometimes when he's fighting, right? He did this against Chris Arreola in both fights. And you can't do that against Deontay Wilder, okay? Bermane Stivern, I'm expecting him to be a lot more energetic. I'm expecting him to be more aggressive, staying on the inside, okay? There is a good possibility that Deontay Wilder, he could intimidate Bermane Stivern, because he's been, a lot of his knockouts have been from intimidation. These fighters are terrified going in the ring with Deontay Wilder. So, I mean, if Bermane Stivern is not intimidated, if he goes in there as calm and relaxed as he always is, but he fights a little bit more aggressive, like I said, trying to stay on the inside, not laying out, trying to stay at the end of Deontay Wilder's punches to where he could possibly get caught with that right hand, Bermane should win this fight. But there's no guarantee Bermane's going to do that. For all we know, Bermane, he could go in there and just freeze up and just stand in front of Deontay Wilder for rounds and rounds. And while he's just standing there, not letting his hands go, Deontay Wilder is building momentum and raising his confidence. So these are just possibilities and scenarios that can take place in this fight. But if I'm forced to bet, I'm going to slightly lean towards Bermane Stivern to possibly knock Deontay Wilder out. So let's see what happens. I can't wait to see this fight. It's great to be excited about a heavyweight fight, because we haven't really been excited about a heavyweight fight in quite some time. So let's see what happens. I'm on to the next one.